Good morning, children. As you all know, we were doing chapter number A, which is India, climate, vegetation, and wildlife. So, children, today we are going to learn about the factors which affect the climate of any place, natural vegetation, tropical rainforest, and tropical deciduous forest. So firstly, let us read about the factors that affect the climate of any place. The climate of a place is affected by its location, altitude, distance from the sea, and relief. Therefore, we experience regional differences in the climate of India. Jaisalmer and Bikaner in the desert of Rajasthan are very hot, while Dras and Kargil in Jammu and Kashmir are freezing cold. Coastal places like Mumbai and Kolkata experience moderate climate. They are neither too hot nor too cold. Being on the coast, these places are very humid. Mawsynram in Meghalaya receives the world's highest rainfall, while in a particular year it might not rain at all in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. So children, what are the factors that affect the climate of a place? So there are 4 factors in your book that affects the climate of a place. First is the location, second altitude, third is the distance from the sea, and fourth is relief. So children, let us discuss how location affects the climate. So children, if a place is located near to the equator, then that place will be quite hot. Near to the equator means in the torrid zone. So those places will have a hotter climate. Then if the places are located away from the equator in the temperate zone, then they will have a moderate climate. Means it will be neither very hot nor very cold. But if the place is located very far away from the equator, that means in the frigid zone, then the climate of that place will be very cold. So children, this is how the location affects the climate of any place. Second is altitude. So children, altitude means height. So places that are situated at a height will have cooler climate. For example, all the hill stations. Since they are located on a height, that is why they are much cooler. Then third is distance from the sea. If a place is near to the sea, they will experience moderate climate. For example, Mumbai and Kolkata, they have moderate type of climate. Now, the last is relief. So children, relief or the physical features also affect the climate. For example, mountains receive more rainfall than the low-lying areas or the plains. Now, due to all these factors, children, different regions in India experience different types of climate. Like here we read that Jaisalmer and Bikaner, which is in the desert region of Rajasthan, they are very hot. Now, next is Dras and Kargil. Since they are located in Jammu and Kashmir, that is why they are freezing cold. Then coastal places, which means places which lie near to the coast like Mumbai and Kolkata, they both experience moderate climate, means it is neither very hot nor very cold. But these places are very humid. Humid means these places have a lot of water vapor or moisture in the atmosphere. And then Mawsynram, which is in Meghalaya, it receives the world's highest rainfall. But sometimes it might not rain in a year in Jaisalmer, which is in Rajasthan. So children, this is how the different places in India experience different types of climate. Now we will move to natural vegetation. So we see a variety of plant in our surroundings. How nice it is to play in a field with green grasses. There are also small plants called bushes and shrubs. like cactus and flowering plants. Besides, there are many tall trees, some with many branches and leaves like neem, mango, or some which stands with few leaves such as palm. The grasses, shrubs, and trees which grow on their own without interference or help from human beings are known as natural vegetation. So, children, we often see a lot of different kinds of plants around us. Now, there are very small grasses, then there are small plants which are known as bushes and shrubs, like cactus and some flowering plants. Also, there are very tall trees which have many leaves like neem and mango, and then there are trees with fewer leaves like palm tree. So, children, all the grasses, shrubs, and trees that grow on their own without the interference or any kind of help from the humans, they are called as natural vegetation. Means humans have not helped in their growth, they have grown on their own. These type of plants are known as natural vegetation. Now, do you wonder how these differ from each other? Different types of different types of natural vegetation are dependent on different climatic conditions, among which the amount of rainfall is very important. So, children, how do these differ from each other? How do the natural vegetation differ from each other? So, children, these differ because different trees are dependent on different kinds of climate. So, in every different types of climate, different kinds of plants grow. Like in desert, you will have mostly thorny plants. In mountains, you will have coniferous trees. So, different regions which experience different climates will have different kinds of trees. But amongst all, rainfall is very important. So, we all know rainfall is the most important factor for the growth of plant and trees. Now, moving on to next paragraph. Due to varied climatic conditions, India has a wide range of natural vegetation. Vegetation of India can be divided into 5 types: tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, thorny bushes, mountain vegetation, and mangrove forest. So, children, based on different climate, the natural vegetation of India can be divided into 5 types. So, these are tropical evergreen forest, then we have tropical deciduous forest, thorny bushes, mountain vegetation, as well as mangrove forest. Now, let us learn about tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforests occur in the areas which receive heavy rainfall. They are so dense that sunlight doesn't reach the ground. Many species of trees are found in these forests which shed their leaves at different times of the year. Therefore, they always appear green and are called evergreen forest. So, children, tropical rainforest, these grow in the areas that receive very heavy rainfall. So, wherever you have very heavy rainfall, tropical rainforest are the type of forest which grows in those areas. And children, these forests are so dense that even the sunlight cannot reach the ground. Now, there are many different species of trees that grow in these forests, and these forests are also known as evergreen forest. Now, why they are known as evergreen forest? They are known as evergreen forest because these trees shed their leaves at different times of the year. That is why they mostly appear green throughout the year, and that is why they are known as evergreen forest. Now, some of the examples of trees found in evergreen forest are mahogany, ebony, and rosewood. So, these are the trees which are found in evergreen forest, and the places where these type of forests are found in India are in Andaman and Nicobar Island, then some parts of northeastern states, and a narrow strip of the western slope of Western Ghats. In all these places, children, we will find tropical rainforest or evergreen forest. Now, the last topic for today, tropical deciduous forest. In a large part of our country, we have this type of forest. These forests are also known as monsoon forest. They are less dense. They shed their leaves at a particular time of the year. Important trees of these forests are sal, teak, peepal, neem and shisham. They are found in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and in parts of Maharashtra. Now children, mostly in our country we will find tropical deciduous forest, and these forests are also known as monsoon forest. Now these forests are not so dense, and all these trees will shed their leaves at a particular time of the year. So the leaves of these trees are going to shed at the same time of the year. Now, examples of trees in deciduous forest are sal, teak, peepal, neem and shisham. And in India, these forests are found in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and in some parts of Maharashtra. So children, with this we have come to an end of today's session. Now, the leftover forest we will do in the next class. So till then children, if you have any doubt, please message me on Campus Care and I will see you in the next class. Thank you children.